So the other day, I had a dream. I thought I would tell you guys about it because it was kind of crazy and kind of weird. But anyway, let's get to it. So in the dream, then I was on an island. More is that I was observing what was in the dream. And as I saw on this green island, then there were troops that were being deployed from these like helicarriers, and they were dropping in onto this green island and were parachuting onto this island. But just before they like touched the ground, or just as they were touching the ground, then I didn't see where the troops were. They like weren't to be found. They didn't like pull out any guns. There weren't any tanks. But what I did see on this green, luscious island were many cows that were grazing, just minding their own business, chewing that grass. And you may wonder, okay, what does this mean? Well, let's look at scripture and see where can we find a verse that lines up with this. Well, the verse that I found that relates to this is from Daniel 4:25, which says, "You'll be driven from human society. You will live in the fields with the wild animals. You will eat grass like a cow, and you will be drenched with the dew of heaven. 7 periods of time will pass while you live this way, until you learn that the Most High rules over the kingdoms of the world and gives them to anyone he chooses." So what does this dream actually mean? Well, the troops that didn't necessarily fight or weren't necessarily there for battle, they were more of a threat to this island. This green, big island that was viewed as luscious, and that there were cows that had already been there. There was no evidence that they had been transported to there. That this shows that the cows symbolize a people that had a new ruler. And you could ask, what does this actually mean right now? My interpretation of it is that Greenland is a land that will be taken over by the United States. It will not necessarily be by force through battle nor a war, but it is something that will be taken over through threat of war. So that is what I have to say. I hope this blessed you or encouraged you or gave some clarity. And yeah, have a blessed one.